after my last video where I watched a Mk2 Mark II be just stand there and take all the hits and just kind of fall over and die for no reason. I had to break out my own Mk2 Mark II-B and play it. I don't know what setup exactly that person was using, but most of the time they're very similar to what I have. Some people will forgo the single jump jet that I have so they can have, more ammunition or maybe a bigger engine. But I do kind of like to keep that single jump jet just because occasionally I can get over a rock, which actually I'll kind of do later in this match, or if I need to fall from a great distance, then I don't have to worry so much about leg damage. And I don't really feel like I need ammunition or more ammunition. It's extremely rare that I actually run out. So not only do I have my Mk2 Mark II-B, someone else here has one. I don't really remember how well they do in the match. Actually, I don't think it was all that well, but we'll see.
Artillery strike online.
So we've got one assault that winds up being just bait for the lights. In a way, though, they do sort of help, because the enemy lights get tied up back there on our guy in G10 for quite a while, because most light pilots know that there's generally somebody who is AFK or disconnected or something, so they'll run around the battlefield and try and snipe that kill before that player can, reconnect or come back to their keyboard or whatever.
New target
Hold that
acquired.
F1.
And so the Corsair back there
New target.
ties them up for quite a while, and I think does some decent damage in the process. Plus, one of our guys goes back to help him.
Target spotted.
So that means that up here in the front, we don't have to worry about those lights. They were all busy back there.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Need assistance.
This encounter starts off kind of long range, which, this mech can do okay with, but with projectile travel times, you're better off
New target acquired.
fighting more like mid to close range. You can see I've actually got pretty good range on these. It's almost 700 meters and almost 600 meters. But again, it's the travel time, and that just means that I'm going to miss a lot of shots, or at least a fair number of them. So since there's not much to do over that way, I decided to start looking left. And it's something I need to try to remember to do more in matches. If I can't get anything done in one spot, then see where I can do some good. And so I run across this Hellbringer. I nearly open up its torso, so I was hoping it would be stupid enough to poke again. But no such luck. He actually backed off and went elsewhere. So I decide I'm going to
Charlie.
Spotted.
continue on my original plan and start heading left. And I see this Griffin, who I know has got a pretty dangerous loadout. Quadruple SRM6 will do a lot of damage.
Enemy forces at 75%.
Target spotted.
Instead, I wind up facing off against this Battlemaster, who, doesn't really seem to have a very special setup, and he tries to leave, but I think I take him down. And what I'm doing here is I'm alternating my fire instead of firing everything in a cluster. So it means I'm doing less pinpoint damage, but I can fire longer, and I think it has a better psychological effect. People feel like they're just constantly getting hit by bullets, and so they, want to back away. But now here I have to back away because that Annihilator has quadruple AC-10s, and that's just too painful. So I don't normally use consumables, but I did actually drop an artillery strike there just to try and either blow off a component or maybe make him try to back off and get away from the smoke cloud.
At 25%.
I don't really think it did much of either, though, to be honest.
Online. New target acquired.
we're pretty far ahead on kills at this point, so it was just safe to move in and
Target destroyed.
just keep hammering people.
New target acquired.
Which is why I have that Warhorn, by the way. I just feel like this mech just pounds them.
Destroyed.
Eradicated. Bask in the glory of your triumph.
So this mech is kind of a strange one. It's not so much about tanking. This is definitely a damage-dealing assault. So you can still absorb quite a bit of damage, but you're just not as durable as, say, an Annihilator or some of the others. But if you want something that's got reasonable speed and lots of firepower, this is absolutely one of the best assaults you can get.